What I'd like to, first of all, thank all of you for being on the show and give you an opportunity each to briefly give our viewers a summary of the most important points that you think people should have learned from your appearance on the show today, and something to walk away with that they can help enlighten and improve the quality of their lives. Dr. Rosenman.
Okay, well, I think the most important is primary prevention, and I think people who use ranges are consumers, and they should use their power of the purse as being a consumer to get the ranges to provide a safe range. And you know, we've mentioned there's no regulation, and so either in their own gun clubs or at their range, if they have any concern about lead, once you get beyond that primary prevention, ask their doctor to test their blood. The doctor's not going to do it unless they ask. And the symptoms of lead toxicity are not specific at all. Headache, fatigue, I can think of 100,000 diseases that can cause these very vague symptoms. The doctor's not going to think about it. So the consumer, the patient, the hobbyist using a firing range needs to ask for that test.
Okay, thank you. Greg.
Well, Mary, to carry on with Ken in the consumer thought, be a responsible consumer. Ask the range, have they done air monitoring to verify that the ventilation system is working? Do they have a ventilation system? Better yet, okay. Then, okay, is it working? Have they tested to see whether it is working? Do they have air monitoring data? Practice good administrative controls yourself. That is, don't carry the contamination home. Wash your hands. Change your clothes before you go home. Wash your clothes separately from your children's clothes, your family's clothing, things of that particular nature. Change the type of ammunition you're using. Ken had a great suggestion there earlier in the program. Get away from the lead ammunition. Go to the fully jacketed rounds. Get away from the lead. Go to the lead-free primers. There are other alternatives out there rather than using the lead-based ammunition nowadays. So these are other alternatives. Find those types of ranges, and they are out there. Use those types of ranges.
Yeah, we know several ranges out, even in the New Hampshire area, SIG Arms Academy, which is non-lead primers and non-lead environment for the ranges, and he feels even that it's a little less costly for him to run the range, and of course a more safe environment for his
And that's
shooters.
correct, and part of that probably might be also that they did, New Hampshire is one of the states where they lost a firearms instructor out there.
Great, thank you. Dr. George.
I'd like to see more testing.
More testing.
Don't just wait for the symptoms to develop. If you have the symptoms, go obviously get tested, and your family members, or get tested on a regular basis if you're exposed to it on a regular basis. What I'd like to see on the range is that even they claim they have, you know, state-of-the-art ventilation equipment. I'd like to see them put down so many man-hours exposed, and this is our collective blood level.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I want to get our viewers to know the information is out there. You have to look for it. Please be safe, and thank you again for joining our show, Safety Made Simple.